The DLC is $39.99. You charge just $40 for 10 hours of content, right? You can buy Elden Ring for like 10 bucks, 5 bucks. I do feel like that's kind of a dirty trick.
Well, here we go again. Elden Ring's DLC trailer hasn't even been out for 2 days now, and we already have some of the dumbest takes regarding the price, the quality, and today's take is coming from none other than DSP, Darkside Phil. He's saying that From Software are price gouging the base game so that they can capitalize on it. Basically, he's approaching the realm of slander at that point because what he's claiming is not even close to being accurate. And then he's complaining that the game is too expensive. And we're going to dive deep into this. Trust me, it is a pile of cringe. If you're new to the channel, this is kind of my thing. I love roasting dumb takes and journalists. So you're going to be seeing a lot of this on the channel. I absolutely love making this type of content. Let's see what crap he has to say today.
Shows some stuff. I don't want to spoil too much for those who don't want to be spoiled on the DLC. It shows various bosses of the DLC that look interesting. But the thing that really gets me, and I think everyone right now is scratching our heads about, okay? The DLC is $39.99. It's the most expensive DLC FromSoft has ever sold. Okay? So, that being said, with that price tag on it, right? You have to believe it's going to be incredibly long. If the main game was $70 and was 80 to 100 hours long, obviously you would expect that a DLC that's $40 is going to probably be around 40 hours long. Now, you could be wrong. Maybe they're going to rip everybody off. Maybe because they took 2 years to make it and they've decided to beat it, to blow it up as much as they have, hype it up this much. Maybe they're just going to rip everybody off.
All right, already I have to cut in because when in the history of From Software has From Software sold a shitty product since Miyazaki took over? It doesn't happen. All their DLCs, all their games are worth the money. And then he's saying that they blew it up and they're trying to hype it. From Software has literally been quiet about this for 2 years. They're not even trying to hype it like that. It's like they had nothing to show because obviously a lot of work went into this DLC. At first, I was kind of surprised that it took that long. But once again, when you see the trailer and you see the quality of the product they're about to put out, I don't mind waiting another 4 months at all. And 2 years was well spent if it ends up being the best From Software DLC of all time. The way he should see this is that this is kind of Elden Ring 1.5. It's not a simple DLC, but rather an expansion.
Overcharge. I don't know. But I'll tell you this. If you buy that sucker and you beat it in 10 hours, people are going to be pissed as shit. Like, are you out of your fucking minds? You charge just $40 for 10 hours of content, right? And that's the thing, like typical DLCs for FromSoft games clock in around 10 hours long, right? Take a look at the expansions for Dark Souls 2 or Dark Souls 3. They're not that lengthy. They're good, but they're not that lengthy. Typically, they've gone for around 20 bucks. So for this one to be 40, that's a big ask.
Gosh, this guy is such a moron for comparing it to a DLC like Dark Souls 3 and Bloodborne. The DLC for Elden Ring is 60 gigs. It is basically the same size as the main game. Now, Miyazaki said that it's roughly a little bit bigger than Limgrave, but like I explained it in yesterday's video, Miyazaki always undersells and over-delivers. He did the same thing with the base game, said it took between 20 to 30 hours to complete, and we all know very well that it takes a lot more time than that. It's like this guy loves to be a contrarian for some reason. He always has to find a reason to bitch and moan about everything in sight.
Okay? Now also, they're selling a special edition of the game that includes the original Elden Ring, also packaged with the DLC, and that's going to sell for $79.99. Okay? So that's $80 for the complete package of Elden Ring. But the weird part about that is you can buy Elden Ring for like $10, $5. You can find discs of it everywhere online for cheap. You know what I mean? So essentially, they're overinflating the value of the original game back to $40 just because you need the original game to access the DLC. And I don't know if I agree with that. I do feel like that's kind of a dirty trick. You know, if you're someone who played the original, good for you. You could just easily you go right back to the spot to access the DLC for free. But what about people who maybe now I'm jumping on? So now I got to pay $80 to play the full game? Why? The original game is supposed to be like $5-10, and then if I bought the DLC, so this should be $35. You know what I'm saying? So what they're doing, they are monstrously inflating the value. In fact, I'm just curious, how much is it now?
What he's saying right now is 100% a lie. The price has been extremely consistent, $60 US, and if you're in other regions or use a VPN, you might see a different number, but it has been very consistent. It dropped 40% in January of 23, and it dropped in July of 23, October 23, and January of 24, and now it's back to its regular price. This guy is just spreading so much misinformation, either because he doesn't want to do a minute and a half of research or because he's just being dishonest. Like, where can you buy Elden Ring for $5 or $10? That just doesn't exist unless you're buying it from a crackhead down the street that robbed a gaming store. But besides that, there's no way you're getting Elden Ring for $5 or $10.
How do I go to the page for it? I don't know how you see it on PS5. Darn. Because I wanted to look at information, is it? No. I was curious how much they're selling it for on PSN right now. Right? I don't think I can find it, honestly. PlayStation Store. Because I already own it, so it's not going to show me how much you have to pay for it, I don't think. So there, Elden Ring. View product. It won't show me. Yeah, because I already own it. It won't show me how much it costs. Which sucks, because I would have liked to see. I can tell you this: they already put them on here. It's already here. Holy shit! Yeah. So, Shadow of the Erdtree Edition is $79.99, and they have a Shadow of the Erdtree Deluxe Edition, which also includes a digital art book and OST. That's it. It's just a digital art book and OST, and it's fucking $20 more. That's just crazy. It's already there.
Actually, no, Phil. It's not that crazy that the pre-order page is already there. It's called marketing. When you do marketing and you're showing a trailer for something, you want people to be able to buy it right away. Keep in mind, this is the guy that went to business school, right? I don't know how he doesn't understand that. The Steam page was available right away for pre-orders, and the PlayStation Store was updated, as it always is, in the afternoon here in the US. And of course, the page is going to be there because you want to capitalize off the hype of the announcement. You want to take in as many pre-orders as possible. It is a business after all. I mean, I don't understand why he's so surprised by that.
The trailer came out like 5 hours ago. It's already fucking here. So anyway, yeah, so there you have it. I don't know how much they're maybe they're going to charge $40 again. Maybe they reinflated the cost of Elden Ring, because I know it wasn't $40. Last time I checked, that thing was going for real cheap, and now it sounds like they're reinflating the value of the game again for no good reason besides they want extra money because the DLC's coming out. There are collector's editions as well. I saw one that has an actual statue of Mesmer the Impaler, right? And someone in chat was saying there's another higher end edition that has a fucking a helmet or something. A helmet. And that's what I want to do. When I play Elden Ring, I want to wear the helmet. All right? But I will say this. In honor of Elden Ring's DLC announcement today, if we hit the $100 tips goal on either of my streams, I will wear the Knight's helmet, the Dumas helmet today, as the hat. There you go. Excuse me. So, yeah. That's a hell of an announcement.
So yeah, that was his shit take of the day. To think that the DLC is going to be 10 hours and that From Software is going to scam their viewers. Absolutely ridiculous. But like I said before, if you're new-ish to the channel, you might be surprised seeing a video like this, but I love roasting shit takes. I did the same for Armored Core. It was so much fun, and it's really a passion of mine. So you're going to see more videos like this. I already have one in mind for tomorrow. Believe it or not, the take is even worse than what we just witnessed, so keep an eye out for that. Now do me a favor and subscribe to the channel, because if you don't subscribe, I'm going to force you to fight Mesmer the Impaler blind on your first playthrough. You won't be able to see and you will be impaled. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Please subscribe and I'll see you guys on the next one.